mainly it being such a new club, being able to build the history with this club is something special and something that you don't often get. It's not that many clubs that are new. So, and also the good season that they had last year, bringing that energy into this season. I just felt that the way that this team played would fit my abilities.
Welcome to the City Voice podcast. I am joined by a very special guest. For the first time ever, Tomas Totland. Welcome to the show. How's it going?
Thank you so much. It's going great. It's nice to finally be here.
Fantastic. It's great to have you on board. We've been watching your performances. Everybody's enjoying what they're seeing so far. But before we get into a conversation about you, got some quick fire questions for you to answer.
Let's go.
Some of them might be leading. What's your favourite Premier League football team?
Arsenal.
Yes. Player you most admire?
Oh, it's a boring one, but Messi.
Messi?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You looking forward to the June game?
I am.
Favourites Norwegian delicacy?
Salmon.
Salmon?
Salmon, yeah.
Oh, nice. Secret hobby people do not know about?
I really like making coffee.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you been exploring some of the bean options that they have in St. Louis?
I have, or I've been to Carells, so I've tried some of their beans, but yeah, I want to try some more.
You do the espresso machine?
Yeah, espresso machine.
Ooh, right. What's your favorite coffee?
Espressos.
Espressos? You just go pure straight?
Yeah, just plain double.
Oh, fantastic. Favorite thing about St. Louis so far?
It's got to be St. Louis City as the club.
You love the club?
Yeah, I love it. I love this club so much.
Fantastic. Okay, so you've been in St. Louis for a few months now. How has acclimating to America been for you so far?
It's been pretty easy. I've been here a lot during my childhood, like every summer, visiting my grandparents and my cousins. So it's been easy, and the team has helped a lot about that being so easy to move in there. And I got my girlfriend over here and found a place in Clayton. So yeah, it's been super smooth, and can't wait for the future.
Is there much difference between a dressing room in America versus a dressing room in Norway?
Yes and no. Americans are very how do you say it, welcoming and love to talk, love to ask questions, and I think that kind of helps building a group where you get Scandinavians and people from all over the world coming here and getting to feel like you're welcomed is super important.
You grew up in Norway. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what it was like growing up there? Not a lot of people from St. Louis have traveled there.
No, yeah, I was. I'm from Bergen, a place where it rains 240 days every year. So yeah, rain is something that I'm used to. But no, it's been I would say a lot colder than here, man. But it's been super nice. It's a place that I'm used to and that I love, and a place that I have a lot of friends and family.
Is soccer the dominant sport in Norway?
It is, but we're a big ski country also. So cross country and alpine skiing and basically all snow sports are huge in Norway. But soccer is such a global sport. So I want to say that it's a big sport, but some people might disagree with me. But that's.
And who gave you your passion for the game? Was it family? Was it friends?
It was I think it was just me and my older brother that's 2 years older than me, that me and his friends, we would always just go over to the field every Saturday, Sunday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. just being over at the field, just having fun. And that kind of built my love for the game as well, watching Arsenal, which was my favorite team, just having that dream also. But mostly just having fun with it was with my brothers and my friends was the main part.
Who were your favourite players to watch from Arsenal? What generation of players were you looking at?
You know, Thierry Henry is a massive one. That's one of the reasons why I took number 14 when it came up. But coming from Norway, Martin Ødegaard now is such a nice player to watch. You know how good he is on the ball, and Saka. I mean, the team that they have now is something special. So yeah, I would just say the whole team as one.
Do you think they can win the Premier League?
Yes, I know. I don't want to say yes now, and then we look back in a couple of months, and then. But yeah, you have to hope. You know, last year was a almost year, and let's hope that it goes all the way this year.
One game at a time.
Yeah, one game at a time.
Did you grow up thinking that you would be a professional footballer? Was that always a belief that you had?
I wouldn't say that I always thought it, but because in the start it was mostly just having fun, you know, and that dream was so far ahead that you didn't really like you always had it, but you didn't think about it all the time. But at some point when I started playing like youth and senior soccer, I got that belief, and from that point I just always thought that this was my kind of work, and I would say about 14 years old, I always had that belief that I was gonna become a professional soccer player.
What age were you when you were scouted by a professional club? How did that happen?
I was in a club called Fana in Bergen, which was in the second division at that time, and I started playing second division at 14, and then I moved to Sogndal at 16, which was probably when I got scouted. And I stayed in Sogndal for 3.5 years before I moved up to Tromsø and then to Häcken.
Tromsø was a very prestigious Norwegian club.
Yeah, it's the world's Nordic professional club. So it's a cool place to play. You know, you get 6 months with only sun, and then you get 6 months without any sun. So
what's it like dealing with that? Must play with your emotions.
I mean, coming there as a player and not knowing that I have to stay there like my whole life makes it easier. But no, I just thought it was cool to just experience no sun for 6 months, but then having it at like 3 a.m. in the morning, it's just completely daylight outside. So no, it's a experience that I'm thankful for.
And how did the move to Häcken come about? Because that's when things really started getting exciting for you, right?
No, it was after a good season in Tromsø, where it was really either about going to Sweden or to the MLS. But I had a Norwegian coach at Häcken at that time, which made the move a bit more easier and more I wouldn't say like comfortable, but it's like a more smoother transaction. But yeah, Häcken was a top team in Sweden, being in top 6 in the last seasons, and I just felt that was a good move for me at that time.
And you got to play some European football there, right?
Yeah, for sure. We won the league in 2022, which sent us into the qualifications for Champions League first, but then Europa League, which we ended up going to the group stages.
What was that like to experience that, traveling around Europe playing in a competition like that?
I mean, it's a great experience. Even though we ended up with 0 points, it was a great experience playing against teams like Karabakh and Leverkusen, which is leading the Bundesliga at the moment. You know, so yeah, just great experience that I'm taking with me here and for the rest of my soccer career.
You have a dual citizenship.
Correct.
And so you're part American. Where does that dual citizenship come from?
My mother's side. She was born in Vermont, and she lived here until I think she was 23, 24, and met my father, they were actually both cross-country skiers. So they met there, and that's when they moved back to back to Norway and got me.
How are you split allegiance wise? Do you feel American, or are you like? But what's the split?
It's funny because I've been in Norway my whole life, but when I'm here, I feel American.
Yeah.
And when I go back, I'll probably feel like I'm a Norwegian again. But yeah, it's just like a weird combo there, because I've never really lived here, but I've always had family here, traveled here, but never like set my roots here and gotten a job and like really like experienced America. And no, I'm enjoying it so far.
How long had it been in the back of your mind that you would like to experience America? Was that an ambition, or was it when clubs realized that you had the opportunity to come over here and not take up an international spot? Like,
it's actually a funny story, because I was at the Red Bulls game against Chelsea. I don't know how many years. I think it was in 2015 with my whole family, and we were in the car back home, and I told my grandparents that I was one day going to play for the New York Red Bulls or some team in the MLS, and they were like, yeah, dream on, yeah, it's probably never going to happen. But after that, that's always kind of been in my head. And when the interest when I was up in Tromsø started happening with Chicago and Inter Miami and those clubs coming on, I was like, yeah, I might actually move over to the MLS pretty soon. And then in the early stages of me being in Sweden, Lutz came in contact and showed me the club and the vision. At that point, the stadium wasn't even finished yet. But yeah, at that point, I kind of knew that I was gonna end up here.
Lutz, we just did a podcast with Lutz, and Lutz said that he's been tracking you for 2 years. Nobody's more excited about you being here than Lutz. What were your conversations like with him? Did he speak to you early? Has he been chatting to you the whole time? How did it come about?
We had a face call with me and Lutz and Bradley, where they just showed the whole club, their vision, how they wanted to play, how I was going to fit in, and all that. And after that, because it was so early in my Häcken career, it was about 3 months in. It kind of like our dialogue wasn't that much, but him and my agents and the club was there the whole time in every transfer window. But last year in the summer, things started heating up, and I kind of knew in the fall there that I was gonna sign her in the winter.
So I know that you had offers from other clubs. What part of this project attracted you? Like, what made you think that St. Louis could be the team for you?
Mainly it being such a new club. Being able to build the history with this club is something special, and something that you don't often get. It's not that many clubs that are new. So, and also the good season that they had last year, bringing that energy into this season. I just felt that the way that this team played would fit my abilities.
Did you fly in before you signed? Did you take a look around, or did you sign blind?
I didn't sign blind. My father and my agent came here in September, and had a little tour with Lutz, and looked at the facilities and the team, and so I kind of trusted their judgment on it. But either way, I was pretty sold about coming here. So it was basically just to create those relations.
And people have been watching you, but maybe they haven't. It would be great to hear you describe yourself as a player. Like, what's your position, and what sort of a player are you?
I'm a fullback who loves to be on the ball, who loves to attack, and basically just to like be a central part of the build of our play, and of course contribute with assists and goals. I think that's a summary of who I like to be as a player.
Yeah, we've seen the videos of you doing shooting practice with Klaus. Are you expecting to score a few screamers this year?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think the way that we play with us fullbacks, kind of like having the arrest defense around their boxes, makes up for a lot of opportunities with shots. So yeah, I'm hoping to get one pretty soon and yeah, build up from that.
How has it been for you adapting to Bradley Carnell's system? Is it something that you've played in before, or are you learning new things?
I will say that it's a bit different than what I was used to in Sweden, but one of the reasons why I came here was because of the playing style and the pressing and the opportunity to be able to win the ball high up and have a shorter distance to the goal, which means that I can be with the offensive instead of having to track 90 yards to get up there. So no, it's been nice to have that preseason before now to get into the play and the way that he wants to play, and also learn the players. But no, I'm enjoying the style.
What do you think of the league so far?
Brilliant. You know, I spoke to a teammate in Sweden. His name is Ola Kamara. He used to play for LA Galaxy, and he just said that it's a great league that like many people back in Europe doesn't know that the quality here is that high. So no, it's been really cool to feel this new atmosphere and these new clubs.
You were in quite the battle against Galaxy at the weekend. Is everything all right post Galaxy? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. You know, I have a little mark in my head, but nothing big. You know, it looked worse than it was, but yeah, happy that I could keep playing, and then we ended up with bringing 1 point home.
How did the team feel about that point? Like Galaxy have got a really strong side this year. You guys took the game to them. Like, what was the dressing room like after the game?
You know, to be honest, it was a bit quiet. You know, I think a lot of people felt that we lost 2 points there when we were leading. But yeah, LA Galaxy is a great team, and I think not a lot of people are going to go or clubs are going to go there and take a lot of points. So, but also that with us being quiet and not satisfied just shows the hunger in this team that we want to win every game. So yeah, I would say quiet, but today we went through the match and yeah, we were happy with 1 point. And
you played at City Park. What do you make of the home support, and what do you make of like the stadium?
No, it's been amazing. You know, I said that I always smile when I come out there, because it's just like you can just feel the fans with all the love they have for the team, and that just brings us to run even more and more and want to fight even harder.
Do you are there specific parts of your game that you're looking to work on this season and develop?
Yeah, for sure. You know, MLS being such a physical league makes me wanna want to get even better defensively, but also as I said, like to be able to create chances for the strikers is something that I want to keep working on and to help the team create even more.
And have you formed any like early bonds with any particular players? Who do you sit next to on the plane?
You know, we play this game called Mafia on the plane. So I don't sit next to anybody, but no, I click super good with everybody, and I wouldn't say that it's one player that I'm really connected to, but yeah, the whole team is super nice and just all great friends.
Fantastic. I wondered, there's a little tradition on this podcast towards the end of the podcast where you give a message to the fans. I think everybody's very excited to have you on board at the club. I wondered if you had a message for the home fans.
Yeah, you know, I'm super happy to be here, and I'm going to put my whole body on the line for the team, and wish us to go into the playoffs and hopefully win something this year.
Fantastic. Well, Tomas, thank you for coming to join us on the City Voice podcast. I hope that this isn't the last time and that you can come back a little bit later on in the season. And if you are listening to this podcast, remember to give us a 5-star review, leave a little message for Tomas so that he comes back. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Tomas, thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Thank you so much.
And on that note, we'll say ciao for now.
Ciao.